Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here with the C47, and this is the first episode of a new series I'm doing on my YouTube channel called 1 to 3. Why 1 to 3? Because most of the people in my classes and workshops, on-site training, one-on-one training, and even coming to my website and to this YouTube channel are comprised of people working in production environments of 1 to 3 people. Sometimes a little bit more, but really these small to no crew situations. So, craft focused, a lot of lighting, a lot of camera, some audio. Today we're going to talk about these suckers right here. And I've done an episode which I'll link to below on the Stella line. I actually covered the Stella 1000 and 2000 when they came out. These are a couple of the bigger boys or girls, or boys and girls. This is the Stella 5000, and this over here is the Stella 7000. Not much different in terms of size. I actually have some accessories on them right now. Not really happy with the barn door situation with these. I think they need to be redesigned, but I'm just going to pop this off so you can just see the fixture itself. This is the barn door and a lensing system, which is rubberized for that. And you can see that the barn doors come off very, very easily. So that I'm not a huge fan of, but the lights I'm really loving. And then this 5000 over here has a Fresnel lens, which just pops off. So there's some cool accessories for this. They can be P-tap powered. Right now I have attachments on these, which are just standard. So they are going to go ahead and take 5/8 studs, so just a regular light stand would work well. What's the difference? Output and feature set wise. This is a 5000 lumen and this is a 7000 lumen based output. And this one is a thermal fanless based system, the 5000. This can actually go down depth rated to 100 meters. So this thing is waterproof, which is crazy. And the 7000 is not waterproof. It does actually have a fan system, but it has a larger output. You can run this sucker, the 5000, for about an hour and a half at full power on the rechargeable battery, about 60 minutes at full power for the 7000 lumen version. Relatively easy in terms of the way they work. There's a nice dedicated on-off switch, and then when it's on, there's also a locking knob here, so you can lock it and then you can unlock it, and then you basically just push and it will turn the unit on, and then you can decrease the output in increments depending on the fixture. You can also just hold it down and it will increase in smaller increments. 5000 Kelvin. So right now what I'm using at the moment is tungsten in terms of color temperature. So the output is a little different. I've actually rated these at closer to about 52, 5300 Kelvin. So they are in that daylight range. They're supposed to be in the future. By the way, these are LED fixtures. In the future, there's supposed to be dedicated daylight heads that you can get, and also tungsten. Okay, so how am I going to use this? Well, a lot of ways, and one of the ways I like to do stuff is by bouncing light, and they're great, pushing them through frames. But this right here is a product that's made by Westcott, and I was actually really excited when I saw this. It's called the Rapid Box, and one thing I should note is right now on the 7000 Stella light, I have a ring on here. It's a ProPhoto compatible ring, so it'll take any ProPhoto style accessories. And let me just go ahead and take this Rapid Box out. And what I love about the Rapid Box is not only is it packed very, very small, it doesn't actually need a speed ring. It's all built in. It works like an umbrella. It has this little dish that goes on in the inside, and what that basically does is it just makes the light that's coming through it even so you don't get hot spots. I'm just going to pop that in right here, but I'll show it to you once I open it. Whoa! We didn't break anything. There, so you can see inside of here, that's that little metal piece that I popped in. And then basically what happens is the light comes inside of here, and when you do that, it just disperses the light and it hits all over the side, so it's really nice. And then of course, we have this, that's going to diffuse it. It's a beautiful thing. So, small, basically beauty dish, designed by Joel Grimes. It's a Westcott product, and fits very nicely inside of your luggage. Lots of noise today. This is what happens in production. And then over here, you just open and close this, and it's designed to go, this particular one, because I asked for the Profoto mount, it just goes and matches up like that with that ring that's on the Stella Pro 7000. Actually, it would fit on the 5000 as well. Better to do it this way, so let me just go ahead and do it. Hold on. Bingo. Okay, so now it's in place. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it down, and boom, there it is. Now we have a beauty dish. Okay, so how am I going to mount this thing? Well, for me, when we're talking about small crew, we're talking about 1 to 3 people, and I've done this by myself. I'm just going to go ahead and get a good quality light stand. This is an RE light stand that I like very much in terms of the stud on here for 5/8. And the other thing I'm going to take is this right here, which is the BOA bag from Matthews. That's just going to basically hold this down. So it's basically the BOA bag, a light stand, the Stella Pro, and the Rapid Box. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to side light. I have a 4x4 piece of white bounce over here. Trust me, it's here. I'm going to turn off the aperture 120. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just set up this light stand over here. I'm going to put this on there. I'm going to change the color temperature of the camera systems to match. In fact, I'm going to set them to daylight, just to a preset, and then see what I can do with it in post. So I'll be right back. Okay, so without getting fussy here and spending too much time, and I think that that's going to be the trick with 1 to 3, is things are going to bang around, they're going to make noise, everything else. It's not going to be perfect setups. It's going to give you guys an idea of where to go with something. Here we are. So you can see from this B camera over here, I have the Stella 7000. It's actually dialed down to 5000 lumens, which would be the same output I would get out of this. And I have that being pushed through the Rapid Box. I have the 2 cameras set to daylight. And then I have over here, which you can kind of see just kissing the edge of the B camera over there, the 4x4 beadboard, which is just a piece that I got at Lowe's. 4x8, cut it in half, scored it in half again, gaff taped it. You can fold it down to 2x4. That'll be for another episode. But basically just pushing here, this is just straight side lighting. I have the C100 Mark I, which by the way, you can get for a song now. I have this set to an f2.8 on a 50mm lens. I am an ISO of 850, and I actually have ND, 2 stops of ND on here, just so that I can handle the output of this. So I can go much lower on this, or I can stop down. You guys can do the math in terms of that stuff. Again, future episodes. But I'm very happy with this. It's not a book light, you know, it's not pushing through a 4x4 frame, which is much larger. But when you're running around and you've got to do quick setups, this little Rapid Box with something like the Stella light is a great option, for me at least. And I actually used this recently at the Javits Center to shoot an interview with somebody. So Stella 5000, Stella 7000. They are not inexpensive. You kind of have to decide what features you really want. For the 5000, the advantage is obviously it is waterproof, completely fanless, and that's the big deal because they're only about $200 difference. One's at least listed at $2,000 US, the other one $2,200 US. Now the 7000 obviously goes much higher in output. It goes to 7,000 lumens. When you hit 5,500 lumens, a low fan kicks in, really not anything that would be a problem for interviews. And then when you start going higher than that, you start to hear the fan kick in on high. And that high fan is loud. So that's really for outdoor applications or MOS, no sound, or you don't care what's going on with the sound. There you go. So Stella 5000, Stella 7000, push through a Westcott Rapid Box with a Profoto ring, bounced off a 4x4. By the way, this backlight here is just a little viola light from Luxley, dialed in, I think at around 10,000 Kelvin. That's a 1 to 3 for corporate production or any production. I'll see you on the next episode.